Everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to do a doll restoration. Do your Barbies look like this? Do you want them to look like this? Well, just
wait till you see what I have to show you, brother. It'll change your life.
Today we're going to restore a Barbie, so things you will need. A Barbie. This is a 1964 Bubblecut Barbie. And she's just a little bit dirty, a little bit dingy. She did have green ear at one point, but we got most of it out. At least adequate enough for me. She's just sticky, discolored. She's really not looking that great. So what you're gonna need: dish soap. You can use any dish soap that you want. I like to use dish soap because it makes it smell really good and fights off grease. We have baking soda. I use that mixed with the dish soap. It makes very grit-like paste that will not harm the doll itself. Use a toothbrush. This is a soft bristle toothbrush. This one's an old one, so today we're going to use this new one right here. It's the same. I think I get these at Walmart or Publix or somewhere like that. You're going to need a wide tooth comb hairbrush because she's got quite the hairstyle. And you will need some moisturizing conditioner. I like to use this kind because it really lasts in the hair for a long time. The other thing you will need, the last thing you will need, hot water. So let's get started. Now that she's been washed, you can tell just some minor differences. She's not sticky anymore, but I still have to do her hair, so now I'm going to get started on doing her hair. I'm going to do 2 pumps of the conditioner. Rub that on. It's okay if it still has some dish soap. I can't speak. Oh my God. It's okay if it still has dish soap in the hair. Get out all of that and add some shine. I go in with the comb now. And with bubble cuts, I kind of just brush like this. I start to brush up and brush down. Now this Barbie is really not in that bad condition. She is not going to be a humongous transformation, but she will be something, and this is just some basic stuff you can do to even upkeep the dolls that you have. Not necessarily ones that you just come across, but I mean, sometimes as doll collectors, we do know that some of our Barbies look kind of grubby, and you know, which is not completely our fault. See, now we can brush through it with ease. An extra step that you really don't have to do is I've added some of the Shimmering Lights shampoo reserved for blondes on top of her hair, just to kind of level out that brassiness. With her hair texture, which is saran, it probably won't do that much, but it will leave it with a really, really, really nice fragrance. This has been on for a solid 5 minutes. And in that time, I have gotten some boiling water, so we're going to give her a bit of a boil wash. This is just going to revitalize that old saran. Now we can take out our comb and start fluffing out the hair. So this is kind of like where you can see where your doll's hair just naturally wants to sit. Fluff it out. See, look at all the curls are back. So now you can arrange it in a way that you want. Look at that. The hair just gets larger. All those years of being squished down are no more. Now that I have my doll's hair in its desired bouffant look with all the little swirls and curls going around, when her hair is as high as it is gonna be to Jesus himself, I'm gonna take this diluted gel that I made and I'm going to run it on this doll's hair. And then I'm gonna take my comb, a different comb. It could be the same comb if you want. This is the comb my hand grabbed, so that's the comb we're gonna get. And just start to brush that in. So that's just very, very diluted, thick hair gel. And it's gonna keep the hair the way I want it for the time frame. But it's not so much gel where it's gonna be crunchy. It's just enough gel to where the hair will tame and its little flyaways will go away and it'll just look shiny and new when it's done. So I don't know if you can tell, but she does have some lip fading going on and the little nostrils are completely gone and they would have been the same color as her lips. And her cheek coloring is gone. And all this stuff will happen as you like touch her face and play with her and have a really good life. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to replace that coloring by repainting it with watered down acrylics. I'm gonna mix one part of this paint and the other part of this paint. And with a wet brush, I'm going to mix.
If you made it this far, brother, why don't you consider subscribing and liking the video?
Here I am diluting this paint with water because I want it to look as close to original with no brush strokes as possible. Okay, so now we're going to start painting on the doll's lips. So let's do the second coat. Now I'm going to paint the nostrils. I'm gonna dilute. You want to dilute your paint if you're painting the lips, the eyebrows, eyes, nostrils, a manicure, anything. You really want to dilute it. You don't want it to be clumpy. Our last coat of the lips. So now that Barbie's face is done in that department, because she was, again, in pretty decent shape. She didn't need her eyebrows redone. She doesn't even need her eyelashes redone, which is pretty rare, honestly. She just needed her lips to be touched up. And now I'm going to give her some cheek coloring. To do cheek coloring, I do not use paints, actually. I use pastels. So with this doll in particular, she would have had very pink blush, but not a lot of pigment. Now I have my paper of just pigments. I'm going to start mixing. This right here is a old eyeshadow brush from e.l.f. It was one of my first eyeshadow brushes and one of my favorites when I first got into makeup. I have two pigments here. I have a darker pigment and a lighter pigment. This doll primarily will use this lighter pigment based on her hair color and her lip shade. Like I said before, she doesn't need much, just a little dollop. You can do it like this. You can do little swirls, but this just really adds to the face. Now that she has a lot of pigment on, I'm going to take my wet Q-tip and just go over. This really helps dilute it. Diluted side, non-diluted side. So now she is pretty much done. I just need to add on the earrings and the original swimsuit, and she will be ready to go. Earrings are on. Now it's time for the swimsuit. Here the doll is looking all original. Just look at that mug, baby. Oh yeah, those are those special earrings that I make that look completely original. But the best part is they will not turn the doll's ears green. And the hair is still a little bit brassy, but you can tell, and this has no filter, that it did work. It is not as gingery as it was before. It is now turning back more into a platinum. So check her out. This is exactly how she would have come, and this is exactly how I got her. This doll was virtually really unplayed with. I don't know whichever little child got her, either really took care of her, or maybe Barbie just wasn't their thing. But I'm happy to have it now, and I'm happy to have it as a part of my collection. And I hope you all enjoyed this transformation. I know it wasn't really that much of a transformation, but like I said, you can use any of these tips or tricks on your dolls and make them look gorgeous again, baby. Have fun out there and enjoy collecting.